Telstra's share price is getting a welcome lift today, with the company reaffirming its profits guidance and dividend at the telco's annual general meeting in Melbourne. The share price had hit its lowest level ever earlier this week, and CEO David Thodey has been anxious to reassure shareholders that Telstra is a good investment.
We are seeing strong customer growth across all key product categories, and we are winning customer market share.
Telstra's role in the national broadband network is on everyone's minds, with uncertainty about what impact the enforced separation of the telco's commercial and retail arms and other conditions imposed by the government will have on future profits. Stephen Mayne is a shareholder activist. He's been at the Telstra AGM and he joins me now from outside the venue in Melbourne. So, Stephen Mayne, what are the big issues on the minds of investors and what answers do they want to get from the company?
Well, the biggest issue has been the plunging share price, and the fact that the stock has recovered 2% this morning mainly reflected the affirmation of the 28-cent dividend for the next 2 years, and the fact that the fall in profits this year is only expected to be high single digits, so a less than 10% fall in profits. And obviously the uncertainty about the NBN is the other great thing on investors' minds at the meeting.
As you've mentioned, Stephen, Telstra shares did hit rock bottom earlier this week. There have to be a lot of disgruntled people inside there at the AGM. Let's hear from a few of them as they went into that meeting this morning.
I own 70,000 Telstra shares, and I've been buying them steadily over the last 5 years, and I'm expecting the board to come up with some explanations as to why the share price is going down.
The main reason why a public listed company is to add value to the shareholders. They have failed for the last 10 years.
Well, the share price is performing badly because we have a government that is using blackmail and threat to remove Telstra as a competitor for the NBN, which will be a monopoly.
So, Stephen, when is Telstra ever going to turn things around?
Well, they were quite upbeat today. They did claim that the share price was materially undervalued, and they put up a few excuses, like the Future Fund is looking to sell its remaining 10% stake, the uncertainty around the NBN Co, and all the difficulties they had with customer service and their IT systems in the post-Sol Trujillo era. So they were claiming to be upbeat today, and the shares are up 2%. So overall, the shareholders were very cranky. There's almost 1,000 of them there. Couple of hours on customer complaints. It's a typical Telstra AGM, but overall the anger wasn't that much over the share price.
Well, Telstra did use the word uncertainty there, and there do seem to be so many uncertainties about the company right now. The company says it's still negotiating with the government about the forced separation of the commercial and retail arms, and the business plan, of course, for the rollout of the national broadband network still under wraps, that 400-page document the government's hanging on to. Shareholders seem to be taking an awful lot on faith.
Well, look, that's exactly right. There's never been a major public company in my memory with so much uncertainty around all its operations. So clearly $11 billion in payments in after-tax terms for the NBN, which is coming to Telstra, that's a lot of money. And that, I think they've actually negotiated a good deal there. But it's hard for Telstra's board to crow about that or to criticise the government, because they've had a terrible relationship in the past and they're desperately trying to rebuild that relationship. So they're really, really almost Kremlin-like in the way they talk about the NBN. They don't want to say anything because they're in a massive negotiation with the government and they don't want to upset the apple cart.
Stephen Mayne, thank you.
Thanks, Ros.